Hey guys, welcome back. This is probably gonna be a quick video because the grandkids are coming over to swim today. So, I've had a request on how to do my star. So that's what we're gonna do today. I just need to find some white clay. And look at that. I've got some in my drawer. My drawer is getting full again. You know what that means, right? If you don't, it means I gotta start making some canes, like for kaleidoscopes, so I can get rid of all of it. Alright, I didn't know what size I wanted to use. I had a 1/2 inch there. I've got some new cutters I've been testing. This is a little ghost. I actually made some ghosts with them. If I can find them. Little ghost. I don't know why, but the ghost sold so good at my last show. Probably because it was around Halloween time and they were cheap. Alright, I gotta find a bigger star. I don't want to work on a small one for you guys. I mean, I could, just to show you. And I want to do a Makumigani, and right now I am working on, oh, here we go. We'll do a 0.75 here. A 4th of July Makumigani is what I'm trying to do. But I think I want it kind of controlled. I don't know. And so I thought I'd make a star. But as you can see, my cutters aren't that tall. So I'm trying to make it a lot taller. There's some people that have these micro cutters online. And they're pretty cool, I guess. But it's just a waste of material, one, and two, I would have to sell them for a lot more, because all it is the little cutter. I mean, let's go little, and then it's got this long thing that you can hold. It's hollow, but the printing time is just ridiculous, and so I usually charge my cutters pretty much on how much it takes to make. Some of them are easy, like the rollers, unfortunately. Those are almost 3-hour prints. And so that'll take up all of your printers pretty much. And let me show you what I'm making really quick now, just in case anybody's interested. This took forever to figure out what color to use. I got these all hanging up because I'm trying to make a whole bunch before I put them up for sale. So this is what I use to hang my earrings, okay? So I found some clear, because I asked people on my Facebook page what would be a great color. Everybody said white, black, nothing that will, you know what I mean, get in the way of your earrings, but black is just really harsh. So I'll offer the black, I'll offer the white, but I also have clear, okay? And then it was like, okay, so what text do I want? Because I like to hang these in my booth on hooks and stuff like that for my earrings. And as you can see, it's got the price on there, so they know exactly the price of the earrings, and I know what the prices of the earring are when they hand it to me. So I can leave it with the tag. People can color code them if they wanted to, put purple, blue, green, or whatever, and that would signify, you know, a price. I just didn't want to do that because that's a lot of work to have to write out all the labels, put them all on all of them, and make sure that they're going to stick. So this is a way where you don't have to worry about that anymore. The price tag's not going to come off. So I've got $8, $10, $15, $20, $25, and $30. Basically, that's where I go polymer clay. My beads that are made out of glass, they usually go on a separate display, and I don't use the plastic. So, I don't know what I'm selling these for. Just these right here took 2 hours to print. So, I don't know if I'm going to go $1 a piece. So, I don't know. I mean, these are 1¼ inches, about 1½ inches, basically. So I could charge, you know, what I charge for that, but I don't know. I just don't know how to price them yet. But anyways, these are going to be on the site soon. I'm just trying to make a whole bunch, and we'll go from there. You can tell me what price you want them, and we'll put that price on them. And yeah, we'll go from there. So, alright, let's get this star done. I'm going to move you down right here. I told my daughter-in-law, give me a couple of hours. Thursdays are the days that I clean house and go grocery shopping. So before I have my grandkids and all their buddies coming over to use the pool, I figured I better get in here and do this now. So that I have time to get a few things done before my house is invaded, basically. And I started on this star. For some reason, it is not going. Let me turn this on real quick. I obviously forgot to do that. So I'm making a star like this in 1/4 inch, but I made it really tall. So hopefully it'll print well because I didn't put any support on it. And once it starts getting tall, it kind of gets crazy. Okay, so I'm not going to make this huge. I'll go 1 inch or 1¼ So I'm using the thickest setting on my pasta machine, which in my case is a 0, but it doesn't matter. Just use your thickest. And use your trusty cutter. Okay, we're going to go one more. I got blue on this guy. And hopefully I have enough. I might have to pull out some more navy. I hope I have enough. You know, you could put translucent around this. You don't have to go navy blue. And the translucent's a lot thicker than this, so it might hold the shape a little better. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in there, and I'm just going to make sure my star is lined up. So I'm kind of squishing them all together there. Okay. And again, some people say this is the cheater way. I say it saved me a lot of time, because I literally do not have to draw a star. Okay, so we just flattened it a little bit. And again, we're just going to make sure these are perfectly lined up. And you don't want your clay too soft, because then they get all crazy. Okay, so now that we've got our base, okay, now we're going to add the navy blue. And I think I'm going to make this circular. And this is a 1 1/4 circle, which gives me, see if I have anything just a tad bit smaller. Not much, but, and I know this one definitely not. That one's bigger. Yeah, I don't have anything in between that, do I? Oop, I have one more. Well, it's going to be a tight fit, but there won't be any waste around it. So we're going to try this. Oop. It'd be nice if I cut this out perfectly. And you're just going to count how many stars you did, and then that's how many circles you need. Alright, so let me go see if I have more navy. If not, then I'm going to have to do this project with translucent. I thought I had 2 of them, but I've used a lot of it in the past day or so. And of course, I do not have navy blue. Alright, let me try one more place and I'll be right back. Okay, I actually had 2 navies. Oop. Okay, first you got to learn how to cut. So, if you can't see, that's a little bit of a problem here. So we're basically just making a plug. Okay, I'm probably going to need about, what do we got? 4 more. I know, I do this so half-assed backwards here. Okay, so that's right. We're going to make this 3 high. So what do we have a total? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So there's 9. So I just need 2 more. And yes, I'm going to have to pull it a little bit more here. And I don't condition it too much because I don't want it really soft. Alright, so let me I just want to make sure that it's going to be tall enough. Okay, and the other ones I push down, so I will probably do that with this as well. So we're done with those. Look at me, cleaning up as I go. Alright. And if you're working with a circle or a square that's just a little bit bigger than your base, you kind of want to make sure that you put these on pretty well. Because an 1/8 of an inch, maybe even a 1/16 could miss that corner. You don't want to do that. So I just want to make sure I'm lining these up a little better. And you could kind of condense these as well. And that'll add a little bit of of width to them, basically. So I'm going to do that. That way, if I need another one, I'll grab another one. Okay, because you got to make sure these are perfect, right? So, this is the one that we used. Just going to put some baby powder on it. Okay, and as long as you've got these like somewhere in the middle, you should be okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there's 3. And you can pretty much do this with any basic shape to make a cane. I do it with my Zuni bears, which I really need to make another video on that. Okay. Alright, well, I'm shocked that all this stayed in there. I'm happy, but a little shocked. Okay. Oop. So now what you're going to do is you're going to cut. So this is kind of like a 1-inch. Now these aren't quite even. Alright, so you know what I'm going to do? We're going to do it the smart way, okay? And we are going to line these up. So for this, I'm going to put you on pause because I got to get right in there because I want to make sure that all of these are lining up with all of those. So let me hit pause so I can get in there and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. And basically you're just kind of backing these up. So obviously that they line up with what's underneath. This one's kind of not wanting to move. And then just press down on it for it to stick. Okay, so now you have that. I don't know why I'm worrying about this little stuff right there. Okay, so now, I hope I didn't go too high. But you're going to cut down the center. The only reason I do that is it makes it so much easier to put this around the star. So as you can see, you got these little tails. So you're going to open up those tails, okay, and those are going to just fit on the other side of the star. So it's kind of like a puzzle piece here. Okay, and then you're just going to get that in there, right there. And then this one will be easy to just open up. Okay. And I see that my star is a little lower, a little higher than the rest, but if you condense it, it should all be that same height. The bottom looks awesome. Okay. And now, as you normally do with any other cane, you're just going to make sure that it's all fitting in there nice and tight so there's no gaps. And guys, that's your cane. Okay. I do this just to get it long enough. And it depends. You can leave it at this size, or now you just don't roll it, whatever you do, because if you keep rolling it, you're going to suck these ends in. See, you can already see how it's indenting in there. So I'll do this a little longer. Okay. Just to get it to stick. It won't stick. Okay, so I'm not going to reduce it too much. Okay, so if you're going to reduce it this way now, I do this with I just do that. Okay, I put pressure around the neck about 1/3 up. I still got to watch out with my wrist, so it's actually not hurting today unless I turn it. But I usually go my left hand and then just kind of, you know, I come like here and then I just push it out. But I'm afraid to push too hard because I don't want to squish those pointy ends. Okay, and then just pull. And come on this side and do the same. You could roll it if you want to, but you'll have a lot of waste. And this is really a small cane, so it shouldn't take me that long. Okay, and I just do that and I pull it a little bit. Then I'll come in here just to even it out. And I don't know how small I want this, but I'll probably end it in about 1/2 inch. 3 inches. We'll go to 4 inches. Okay, so now we're just going to get the ends the same size, and you can see we're kind of sinking in on the ends right there, aren't we? So I made a couple canes with some of that white glitter gold or white gold glitter, and I'm not sure I like it very much. It just, because it's got, I don't know if it's got glitter. I don't know if it's mica powder, but it's very, like, sharp, like glitter. Well, obviously, if it's white gold glitter, then it's got to be glitter in there. But, it doesn't keep its shape, if that makes sense. It's just, I tried this, and, yeah, I just got thick in some ends, and it's some weird stuff, so I wasn't impressed like I thought I would be. So I think on our Makumi Gani that I'm going to make now, I think I'm just going to use silver foil. And obviously some translucent too. Alright, so we got it a lot longer than I wanted to get it. So let's cut this open, see how we did. And there you go. There is your stars. That is the easy way to make stars. And you just reduce them down. Obviously, if you want to put them in a cane, you can put them all in squares. I tried that. And this is what happened to mine. Look at that. They got all squished up. So I had to nix that because I don't know what I did, but I mean, I could still use it, but yeah, it didn't come out the way I wanted to. So be careful when you get this into a big cane. Now, if you don't want a round cane, obviously use a square cutter, and that way you can get square pieces to where you can line them up a little bit easier. So alrighty guys, that is our star. Let me go ahead and show you my little baby that I just made. Ooh. Well, it worked. It worked, it worked, it worked. It's not beautiful, but it worked, I guess. And so what I was going to do was make the makumigani, and obviously I wanted to put some star holes in there. But with as thick as I make a makumigani, what do I make it? About 2 inches. It's usually thicker than that. That might be a little difficult to do. So, and this is going to be really fun getting out of here. I don't know, guys. We may have to hand draw a star, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, but anyways, I'll be right back, and we'll see what we can make next. Alrighty, well, we may use that star. I really didn't feel like making another one. So we're going to start on the makumigani. And we can actually add the stars if we want to. So I'm taking some silver here. I'm not using much. But I'm going to make maybe, I don't know, two squares of it, 3 squares of it. And this is going to be rolled thin. So all my other sheets that I'm using are at a number 5. So I'm going to make this a number 6. I'll do one more, just in case. I did not press hard enough on this one. Alright, and I think I'm going to have to plug you in here. I did not charge my phone last night. Alrighty. Now, we shouldn't drop off in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so the only thing left that I need... It's amazing how fast we create messes, isn't it? I had this all cleaned yesterday. My husband's like, well, why don't you just relax? This is my relaxation. Plus, I wanted to get as much as I needed to get done last night because I knew that we were going to have swimmers today. I just knew it. And it's hot. I mean, we're running a swamp cooler. We have a perfectly working air conditioner, too. But we use the swamp cooler because it doesn't cost as much as the air conditioner, which can get up to about $600 a month when you run it. But when you have humidity outside, the swamp cooler is basically worthless. So I may end up having to turn on the air. But then again, when you have a bunch of kids here, you don't want to turn on the air conditioner because they're in and out all the time. So I might just have to grin and bear it. I might just have to go in the pool today to cool off. All right, so on my translucent, I kind of like using a number 2. And this way it'll give it some depth. And we have 7 of each color. So I have the red, white, and blue. We have 3 of the silver. And then we'll have the silver foil and the translucent. It's not going to be a huge cane. So if I can get 4 out of this, that's honestly all I'm going to need, I think. And if I need more, I can grab more. Look at that. Okay, so now we have the 4. I think I can make another one out of this. We're pretty close. Awesome. I like when that works out. Okay, so now we just got to pile it up. Let's grab some silver here. Okay. So I'm literally just pulling from the bag instead of grabbing a full strip or a full sheet. All right. So we got some blue, and I'm going to even start with the silver way down there. White. And red, and we'll add a translucent there. And more silver. And then blue. White. We'll add some silver right there. We'll add a red and some translucent. Some blue, white, red, and we'll put some silver right there. I'm going to add a translucent in between the white and the red. I really only think that's oh, guess what we forgot, guys? All right, since that came up right there, I'm going to put the silver right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to add silver right there. I was going to shrink this down and just use what I had instead of adding more to it, but I can't believe I forgot to put the silver in there. So I'm going to add a silver and then translucent. And then we'll just go blue, white, get rid of that one, and red. So I have one more, but I don't think I'm going to use that one. I think this is probably going to be plenty. So we'll put that back. Okay, that should be good. And now we have the fun part of squishing this down. Now with this at a 5, I'm not going to need to squish it down too many times. So I can probably cut it in half and do one more. And I think that's honestly all we're going to need. And I have rollers that are stars. So I'm wondering if I should take half of this and run the stars through it. I'll go a little bit higher. Okay, so you don't want to go too much thinner than that. Even just like that, as a strip. It'll probably look really cool on a bead, even without the Makumi Gani. Wouldn't that look pretty? Wrap that around some translucent. We might be able to make a really nice focal out of that one. Okay. So now I'm just making sure that it's all on there. Okay. I think that's good. And now I'm going to just squish it up. Okay, I don't think I need that anymore. Okay, so another thing that I created, and I created this a long time ago. This I made for Makumi Gani. But I made it a little thick, which is good and bad at the same time. It's good because it'll give you that the striated look. But it's so thick that you know, you can't get it into the clay because it's so thick. Getting it out, I've never used this before. I think I tested it once, but I've never actually used it. Well, it looks really cool, but I want to start making more of those different shapes, and I just haven't had time to design anything. Yeah, and this wasn't perfect, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, so if I were to use that star, as you can see, I don't think I'd be able to get this in or back out, but we can try it. Yeah. To me, this would be more of a hassle, I think, to use. Because I would just like to do it to give it a little bit of, you know, of the shape, but not lose it, basically. And by doing it this way, I'm losing that whole center. Alright, well, it was an experiment, right? Could I fill it in with another star? Yeah, but I can't get the clay out, so we won't worry about that. But we've got all of our lines in here, so let's just add a little bit of dots over here. We'll go 1, 2. Start maybe one there. Okay. And do a couple here. Okay, we're just gonna leave that just like that. Okay. Got it all the way to the bottom. So now we're just gonna squish all that up. Flatten it out. I do need this still. And then we will probably cut out a strip, but unfortunately I won't be able to make anything with this. Or I may be able to cut out the shape, show you them, and then have to show you the end results in another video or in the thumbnail of this. Because I don't think I'll have a time to bake it and, you know, get it all ready before everybody gets here. And then in about a month, I'm going to have to stop making canes and start worrying about assembling stuff. We'll have to see how that works out. All right, you ready to see how this is going to look? Let's cut our first slice. And I know this blade is just really bad. And I bought a bunch of new ones. But they're not all the greatest. There's some really small ones in here. That's the one I want. Trying to keep them separated so that I know which ones are good and which ones are bad, but that hasn't worked. All right. I was going to say these are really bad blades and they are brand new, but it doesn't help when you have one stuck on the other one. Ooh. We got a lot of silver coming through. Ah, but look at those shapes. All right, let's even that guy out. So I've got some thick and some thin. But looky, isn't that pretty? That turned out really nice. So again, you can make, put white on the bottom, make this a tube bead. Not a huge fan of tube beads very much. This is kind of cool too. And this, I might be able to, let's see. And I'm glad I found more navy, because that's probably what I'm going to back these up with, is navy. But I've got these flowers from yesterday that didn't turn out so great. So you literally can just wrap . Alright, we gotta go a little smaller on the bead here. So we're gonna cut a big old chunk off of that. So now, just trying to figure out what shape you would use to make some cool beads with. Put that there. Put that chunk there. And then you can take that little star that you made and cut a really thin slice and put those on here too. I've really been trying hard not to make swirl beads, but it might make that look much better. So we're going to find a bare spot here, and I'm using this. I've never used this part before. Let's see how this goes with a swirl. It didn't leave me much room to work. Yeah, see, we're not even because I can't get my wrist even here. I have a feeling I'm going backwards now. Maybe not. And I've been reading everybody's comments. Thank you for all of them. Yes, I'm very lucky. I could have broke a lot of bones the other day. So I'm thankful that I didn't do that. I'm also sorry that a lot of you are going through your own struggles. It's not a fun thing. I just don't get back to all the comments like I want to, because usually I'm on my phone and I just hate typing on my phone. I always have to go back and fix it. Yeah, I used to be a fan of swirl beads, but I don't make them much anymore. But this is a really nice one. Okay, so that could be a nice little focal. And as far as this, well, I don't quite know what shape would look good. I mean, a peace sign to me is probably awesome, because we sure can use some peace in this country right now, right? Actually, we can use some peace around the whole world. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. Which is really sad to get to that point knowing that it's just too many idiots running the world. All they care about basically is power. Well, look at what I found here. I found a star. So why don't we try the star? I know I have peace signs that are a little smaller. There we go. I found one. So I'm just going to make 2 pairs of earrings out of this. That way you could at least see what it looks like, right? Okay, so navy blue. I just had navy blue. And the navy blue I'm going to cut out at a 5. I don't want the earrings thick, but if you don't put resin on them and it's just going to be buffed, you want to go a little thicker than you normally would, because they'll still be bendable, if that's a word. Bendable. It just sounds different today. So if I were to do a 3 and do just a small strip like that, might work. We're gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go 4, guys. I know that I didn't take enough of this out, but if I could just show you 1 or 2 pairs, and that's all we need to do. And then tonight when everybody goes home, I'll probably cut that up and make a bunch of it. Okay. And I textured it, which was kind of silly, just because I'm gonna have to make sure that this is all flat on top. Guess it doesn't matter really how I lay this down, right? So let's just do 1 more strip. This is a little thicker than the rest. Alright, so we're just gonna do a little tiny piece right there. Wow, I really like this cane. This one turned out with a lot of different shapes and stuff. I like it. Okay, I don't know if that's going to give us a couple of pair of earrings or just 1, but we're going to do the best that we can. Alright, we got a little bit of flattening out. I can't use that hand, so we're gonna try. I don't know. I have more strength in my right hand, but yeah, I don't want to hurt. All right, we may not be able to do the peace sign. And as you can see, now we have to texture these again. And it's thin. So we're going to add a little bit more to the back of this. So I think I did it at a number 5, if I remember. So this is a 6, but I still need it bigger. So unfortunately I'm doing a 7. Alright, so we already know that there's nothing right here. Let's see how many air bubbles we have in here. Looking good. You could also run this through the pasta machine, but you got to be really careful or you will just, the pattern will get really long, as you know. I do not know what numbers these are on my website. That would be some darn big earrings, but I love that center. But that's $275. I don't want to do it that big. So this is about 1 1/4, and this is 1 inch. I like 1 inch because they're going to hang down, and I did not clean this out after I tested it. Really, Makita? You got the girls coming over. She's been having a lot of problems walking lately. Probably because of the humidity, so her arthritis is up. And I know she's going to want to swim in the pool with the girls, and that's okay. It's just her getting out of the pool that she has a problem with. Alright, so it doesn't really matter where I go, but I like this because it's got a lot of whites, and so we're going to take it off of this end here. Okay, and then you gotta make sure that you press down on the center if there's more than one cut. Okay, and I'll make sure that we don't get into that one there. Okay, there's 2. I'll make a couple of these, right? Or, yeah, because I'm not going to have enough to make the peace signs on this slab. So we'll just make a bunch of stars here. So there's 3. And I'm going to come in here. Good. Make a couple small ones. I'm going to leave these open because this way I can cut out some stars so that these can hang, but it would be really nice to be able to get 2 more of these, so I might just do that. Got this horrible glare in here, so I can't see very well. There's 1. Let's try and put this one like right here. We're away from that cut, away from that cut. Okay. And then, what did I use? That one? I don't know if I'll use a star to literally cut out, but I don't know. We're going to do like 3 or 4 of these, right? And then I don't think I'm going to be able to have 2 on this one, but that's okay because we got a whole bunch of this slab left, right? All right. So now let's do the grand reveal. Okay, I got no stars stuck into that. And you could take your centers out now. I'm not. I'm going to wait until after I put them on my tile, because it will help the star keep its shape. So if you guys are going to make them, I would make these now, especially if you plan on selling them, Because seriously, 4th of July is already around the corner. I can't believe how fast this year is going. Scary. That's another chunk that didn't come off. Okay, now you can bake them with that piece in the middle and pull it out, but sometimes they're really hard to pull out. Alright, so now that I did that, yeah, I'm going to wait on getting the stars. You could use these, but I think these are going to be a little too small. I don't know. I'll save them if I don't destroy them. These would be really hard unless I make those into a stud, which is another thing you can do. And one more. Alrighty guys, that is what we got. I think these are going to look really cool when they come out. So we got a lot of work. We got a lot of sanding to do on them because of the insides and stuff. We're going to throw those in the oven. I probably will not show you the finished piece until after. But I hope you liked that. And if you guys are interested in what I just did and you want this thing, let me know. And I'll put this online. I think I'm going to leave it thick because that actually turned out really good. Being thicker. So I'm going to leave it just as it is. So let me make sure I saved the design on my computer. I probably did, but I delete so much of my designs because I don't like it. So if I find this, it will go up either Monday, Sunday or Monday, which is today or tomorrow, obviously. Okay, so that's our stars, and we'll come back on the next video and we'll show you what these look like put together. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.